I quit drinking almost 11 months ago. And these past 11 months, I very rarely get the craving or desire to drink. But something happened to me last week that has completely changed my view on alcohol addiction. And I'm not really quite sure what to think of it. In this video, I'm going to share my story, and I want you to tell me what you think about it at the end. Because I believe that I may have discovered the cure for alcohol addiction. So last week, I went to an outdoor party where people were drinking beer and other forms of alcohol, and one of the options inside the cooler was a non-alcoholic beer. A beer with zero alcohol in it. So I thought to myself, sure, I'll have a near beer. I'll take part in the festivities. But what happened next, I was not expecting. As soon as I picked up that near beer and cracked it open, everything about me reacted like I did when I was drinking heavily. I got excited. That first gulp of beer tasted great. I somehow felt less awkward at the party. I drank the beer feeling excited, like something good was about to happen, like I was going to get some sort of buzz from the beer. Now, of course, no buzz came because there was no alcohol in it, but when the contents of my beer started disappearing, I started thinking about having another one. I started getting anxiety, hoping that there were more near beers in the cooler. And when I finished, I kind of nonchalantly snuck my way to the cooler, and I didn't really want anyone to see me taking another one. Because when I was drinking heavily, I felt shame about how much I drank. So I tried to hide it. And I felt these same feelings of shame just wanting to have another near beer. When I drank alcohol, somehow no amount of alcohol was ever enough. I always needed more, and the more I drank, the more desperate I became. And drinking non-alcoholic beers at this party, I experienced the exact same feelings of desperation, even though they did not contain any alcohol. It was bizarre, and I wasn't really sure what to think of it. Eventually, the party ended and I made my way home. But the very next day, I started thinking about drinking again. Thoughts about getting drunk came on stronger than they had in the past 11 months of being sober. So much so that I kind of gave in to them. I said, fuck it. I went to the store and bought 12 cans of non-alcoholic Budweiser. And I've been drinking these things religiously for the past week. I seem to drink them with the same desperation that I drank alcohol with. They leave me feeling very unfulfilled. I drink them to the point that I no longer enjoy it. But for some reason, something in my head feels like I need to continue drinking them. I get excited about the thought of having one after work. And I get anxiety about running out of them. When I get down to like 6, I will go buy more so I don't. And this was my exact behavior when I was drinking alcohol heavily, even though they do not contain any alcohol. So what does that mean? But before I tell you what I think, please do me a huge favor and like, subscribe, and don't forget the bell. I believe alcoholics over time develop a psychological and physiological response to alcohol in their system. They develop a mental disorder. And I believe this disorder triggers your brain to basically go into survival mode, and it starts misinterpreting alcohol as one of the things that is required for you to survive, like air and food and water. So you experience this desperation for alcohol, the feeling that you need it in order to survive. You experience this life or death motivation to continue drinking, this uncontrollable desire. And the more you drink, the more you experience this feeling. And in my opinion, it's this disorder, this fabricated response to alcohol, this misinterpretation that alcohol is a necessity of survival that causes alcohol addiction. It's not a physical need for the substance of alcohol in the body. It's just an erroneous response that your mind has fabricated over time. Now, what is crazy is it seems like I've been able to activate this response with non-alcoholic beer. I've been able to experience my behavior with alcohol addiction without the presence of alcohol, which makes me question, how much does the substance of alcohol actually contribute to the addiction? Or is it just a mental disorder that can be fixed? What if I could cure my own alcohol addiction? What if I could go back to drinking like a normal person? What if I could use non-alcoholic beer to activate this response? Then, while not under the influence of alcohol, change it. What if I could change the way I psychologically and physiologically respond to alcohol in my system? To load it up in my computer and figure out how to rewrite the program so that my brain no longer misinterprets alcohol as a necessity for survival. Could I revert back to just having one drink and never feeling like I needed to have more? What if I could cure my own alcohol addiction? Ever since I started this channel, you guys have commented and shared so many of your ideas and stories and opinions. I feel like together we are helping people. And for this, I need your help. I don't know if this theory that I've come up with is right, but I think I might be onto something. And I think that you guys might have the answers. So please leave me a comment right now. Do you think that someone can cure their addiction? Do you think that addiction is just a mental disorder that can be fixed? Or do you think alcoholism is an incurable disease that you should stay away from at all costs?